Next up, we're going to be doing some Hedge chimps. So we're going to head there with Quincy as our hero. And we're going to be showing you something really cool in the form of a large ring of fire. So let's start off with putting Quincy down right over here. Down until red, to the right until red, down. Right there. Now we can press play. And here we're going to save up all of our money so that we can get a tack shooter. That tack shooter is going to go up and to the right over here in this corner. So as soon as we get 300, let's go ahead and do that.
Yes.
Right there. Up. Up. And then to the right. Looks good to me. We're going to go ahead and upgrade faster shooting and more tacks. Then we're going to get even more tacks and save up for even faster shooting. Once we get the even faster shooting, we can come down here and get the wizard monkey, because we're going to need just a little bit of extra camo detection here in a minute. So we're going to go over here, we're going to go all the way down, down, and then to the left, down, right there.
Tasty.
So now we have our wizard monkey online, as well as Quincy and this 202 tack shooter. But we need a little bit more utility, right? We don't have the ability between these three towers just yet to pop the lead balloons. So let's go ahead and get the hot shots. Now that we have the hot shots, we can save up for our monkey village. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. The monkey village is going to go down and then to the right. So over here, down, and then to the right, down, to the right, right there. We're going to get the monkey business and the monkey commerce. Then we can come back over here and we're going to get the guided magic and the arcane blast. And we can see even though we don't have the buff there, it's still fine. It doesn't change the price. It's still $4.15. Then we're going to get the intense magic and the monkey sense. We're going to set this to prioritize camo balloons. And then we're going to save up for a heli pilot. Right here, it's going to go all the way down and then to the right. Lead balloons, no problem here, right? Because we have that really powerful tack shooter. Down, and then to the right. Down, and then to the right. Right there, and then we can park it over here. We're going to go ahead and get the bigger radius as well on this monkey village. And we're leaving this heli pilot here. And once we get to about 1500, we can come back over here and upgrade the heli pilot to pursuit. Just make sure you have enough money to do that before you move the heli pilot for safety reasons. There we go. Now we have that online. We can get the faster darts and the faster firing. We don't have to do too much else right now. So we can go ahead and get some speed. Let's upgrade Shimmer and save up for the Necromancer here. Once we get the Necromancer, we can start being a little greedier in what we're going to be spending our money on. There we go. Necromancer here is a really good cleanup tower. So we can come back over here and we're going to get the jungle drums.
Get ready to feast. Bring them.
And we're going to get primary training and primary mentoring. Primary mentoring is just to make sure that we're getting as many pops on this attack shooter over here as we can. We're going to see just how many pops we can get on this super cool Inferno ring, as this is one of the better maps to go for it. We have this really nice loop at the beginning of the map. But now we need to come back over here and get the Razor Rotors. And we also want to get another monkey village. So we're going to come over here. We're going to go down. Right here. Right above it. We see that. Down. We can see we're right in the middle of everything. To the right. Down. And then to the right again. Perfect placement, right? We're going to get the radar scanner and get the bigger radius. And we can see we now have the radar scanner on this tower as well. This is really important here. But we can see here we're definitely within range, so if you get these two placements correct and do the placement we did earlier with this, you'll be just fine. Go ahead and grab the Ring of Fire here. And now we're going to save up our money for the Apache Dart Ship. This is going to be our mid-game tower. It's really good on this map. As we can see, we go all the way up and around and up and around. And I also like this tower on this map because we get that damage all the way up here in the front of the map very quickly. Which gives our Necromancer even more popping power. Now we're about halfway to our Apache Dart Ship, so that's pretty good, and we can see we haven't really lost too much power. Most of the balloons that come onto the level are just going to go till about right here, and then they're going to get popped by the Necromancer army plus Quincy. Although this is the part of the game where I'm kind of wondering if Quincy was the right choice. But we know Quincy was really strong here. We just dropped Quincy on round 1 and did the build we wanted to. So that's a really nice benefit. And we're almost to our Apache Dart Ship. Spending a lot of money here. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and put down an Alchemist. Just needs to go up here, down, and then to the right, down, and then to the right. Right there, set it to strong. We're going to upgrade this to the stronger stimulant. And we're going to be getting the perishing potions here because we don't really need to toss onto a bunch of different towers up here. We can see the only tower in range for buffing right now is the Apache Dart Ship. So the extra attacks on the buff are pretty good here. And now we can save up for our Inferno ring. Very excited to see how many pops we can get on this with the newer build. I've been playing around with a couple different builds here. And we can see we're at 51,000. So that isn't too bad by itself. We might be doing new tack shooter builds with all the nerfs they have been throwing at the 005 tack shooter down here. Maybe it'll be 502 tack shooter of the future. And I'm hoping this is the correct cross path as well. There's not a lot of information on Inferno Ring builds out there, which is surprising, I know. Well, we're just having a nice, relaxing chimps run, right? I'm hoping this build is really easy to execute for you all as well. I know sometimes I get a little crazy with the cool and interesting builds, but this one's pretty straightforward. And hopefully very safe as well. I found Hedge to be a really difficult map at times. And I know if you all are watching, you might have had some trouble with this map as well, so I'm trying to make it really easy to get through this last part of the map. Even the most difficult maps are pretty easily solved with Quincy, a Necromancer, and a Helipilot. These three towers are really strong. But you have to remember that Helipilot isn't really the best on maps that have multiple lanes. So we can see on this map, all of the balloons come through one lane. So the Helipilot doesn't have to go back and forth. And we avoid the need to micro or set it to patrol or stuff like that. So on some of the harder maps, the Helipilot is a little bit hard to make work. But on those same split maps, the Necromancer is really good, as you just throw your undead balloons across two lanes, and it's still really strong. I would say the two strongest towers in the game right now, if you ask me, would be the Necromancer Monkey and of course the Alchemist. The Alchemist is just so good. Because in almost any build you're going to be using an Alchemist. Right here we're just throwing it onto the Helipilot, so you can't really see how strong it is, but it's very strong. We're getting really close to our Inferno Ring, just 12k more. Luckily we have this Apache dart ship for round 80 here, so we have no risk.
Run this one down.
And that ZOMG's taking quite a bit of damage here. It's getting a little further than we would like, probably. But that's acceptable because we have 41,000 in the bank. And we're going to be needing some AoE really soon. As we see, the Apache dart ship is starting to struggle with all of the stacked balloons there. There we go, Inferno Ring online. We're going to immediately come over here and find a place to put an Alchemist. So we're going to go all the way up. Up until red. And then back down, and then to the right until red. Up. And then to the right. Make sure we're next to that Inferno Ring. Getting the stronger stimulant, setting it to strong, and getting the perishing potions. Now we have a really nice build, right? We can start to add stuff to further enhance our Inferno Ring. So we're going to save up for the primary expertise next to give our Inferno Ring even more power. But now we can see this pop count's really starting to go up. And the Inferno Ring also has targeting, which is another thing that I really don't understand. So we're just going to leave it on the default and hope that is the correct choice. The splash art for this just looks like a big oven. It also looks like it could be something from a Minecraft mod pack, right? And now we're already up to 24k, which is pretty impressive. I guess we are popping those balloons pretty quickly now. So let's get ready to get our primary expertise online. And there we go. With primary expertise, we can also come back over here, go down until red, down until red, to the right until red, down, right there, to the right. It's really hard to see here, so if you need to, just pause the game. And you can place that down a lot easier in between rounds. We're going to upgrade this to the embrittlement, and we're going to get the enhanced freeze and the deep freeze for free. We love that, don't we? Come back up here, get the MIB. MIB is really good to have here. Any tower that's able to pick that up is going to really enjoy popping any balloon type that comes in. We can now come back over here, place down the Alchemist down until red, red right there. We're going to upgrade this to the stronger stimulant and get the faster throwing and set it to strong. And then from here we can place down our Monkey Aces to finish everything out. We're going really fast here. As we can see, that money's going up very quickly. Operation Dart Storm, Sharper Darts. Do it again. And then one more here. So 3 altogether. Sharper Darts. And there we go. We have our build. And as soon as everything's popped here, we can take a quick look at our Inferno Ring. Previous builds had 1.25 million. And what did we have? 1.3. So that's our best build yet with the Inferno Ring. A new highest pop count. And that was Hedge CHIMPS.